Okay, Dale, what we have here is an occupational floor from the late woodland period. And what we found here initially, if you look in the far right corner, is a large earthen pit feature. These features were multi-use. They were used sometimes as storage, they're used sometimes for roasting, sometimes for refuse. But finding that, we were able to yield a lot of artifact analysis out of it. So basically what we got out of there, our chapter president, Al Pezzatine, was able to isolate out of the soil matrix the little pocket that the corn sits in. It's called corn cupules. He was able to find those. They were carbonized, and we were able to get a radioactive carbon date through a grant with the state, and we're able to get a positive date of 1320. So what that significance of that date is, this is one of the last vestiges of indigenous people prior to European contact. So we call this a Jack's Reef component. We've got Jack's Reef projectile points coming out of here, Madison and Levana triangles, which locks our data in even better for the late woodland period. And if you look around, if you pan around here, you'll see all of these beautiful features, rockline hearths. These are what we call lithic production areas, where they'd be making tools, processing food, wild edibles like goosefoot and maygrass and things like that, acorns, things like hickory nuts, and a lot of those botanicals we get out of these pits. And we're able to bisect these pits, cross-section them, quarter them sometimes, take that soil out, do a process called flotation, another process called water screening. We're able to get those botanicals, and as Al Pezzatine, the great archaeologist that we have here and chapter president, was able to isolate those, and basically we got those. That's how we acquired our date, again with the corn cupules. And it's really unique because it's the actual intact living floor as things sit in relation to each other. It's very, very rare because these late woodland components sometimes get torn out and they get intruded on because they're up so high in the soil column. But this was able to be protected. We have beautiful flood episodes here with alluvial soils. The river is only 50 meters to our, I believe, to our west, I believe, and it's able to just basically lay this beautiful layer of alluvial soils here, and that which protected all these features.
Yeah, you know, you take it, you dip it in the mud, and then you brush your teeth with it, you know, back.
There you go. Okay, once you get it to that point now, we have to crush them down. The thing is, you don't have gloves.
That's alright. About 30 minutes.
Alright, you crush them down the best you can. Usually you use a glove. The flakes are so tiny that they'll be in the middle.
Yeah.
If there's any in there. To get my glasses on. Yeah, okay. This is a FCR. There's burnt rock. That's what this is.
Yeah.
We don't save that at all. Okay. Here's a. This is a tiny flake right here.
Okay. Cement?
It's a flake. Now this is a tertiary flake. This is the final reduction flake making a projectile. Putting the finishing touches on the edge of the point.
Okay. So like when they're making an arrowhead, that's what would come off?
This will come off. Yeah, that's the final touches. There's these fine flakes like this. Oh, that's another. When you find these little flakes like this,
Like sharp?
and then we collect these. And this is some rock here. Okay. So you got several flakes out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're all tertiary flakes. So these will go in a bag, and you continue to the level. He's got the eye. All right. Then these are washed, counted.
Yeah.
Then we analyze everything. Put it together.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Some of the artifacts that we've gotten out. With with an arrowhead almost every time you were there.
Almost everything on this side is, except at the very end.
But you
And
gotta
this
fish they use nets. It's cast
But,
nets
but
out
they're
there.
all from around
Tie
here.
these.
Yeah.
They quickly notch these and just tie.
They found it right along the river. They didn't have to do it.
Yeah, almost everything on this side came from this site.
How do you determine?
We don't know. We really don't know. But this, I don't think the glaciers can. Am I right, Al? Glaciers can.
Every so often, we'll run them all the way across this side.
Right. That's, I think. So that's just getting it.